since we're outside, we're going to go ahead and start here. The lemon verbena and lemon thyme are doing amazing. It's actually time for me to come in here and give this a haircut and hang it to dry. And then the only other things I have outside right now are these tubs. And we have our berries crazy cherry, and oh my gosh guys, these have been amazing. This section did not get pollinated well. It was like 108 when these flowers bloomed, but everything else is starting to pollinate up above. And then I've already harvested all the tomatoes off of this. They're sitting inside and I'll show you those. Down here I took a sucker off of the Dr. Witchy's tomato, and I rooted it down there so it can start growing. These are the marigolds that I saved from seed last year and replanted, so those are about to get going. And then I can't remember which basil this is. This smells so good though. That might be the Thai holy basil. I'm waiting for it to flower a little bit. I'm probably going to prune it just a little bit to encourage some growth. I've got calendula down there. That basil got eaten by some bugs, but it's starting to come back. We've got a cucumber planted in here. I just planted a couple weeks ago. And then this is the Dr. Witchy's. Now, this one I had a couple of larger tomatoes here, and when it was 108 or 9 out, they started to get sun scalded and rotted like on the edge where the sun was hitting them really hard. So I'm hoping that these ones survive this next coming heat wave. We will see, but they're doing great. These are super tall. There's lots of flowers. I'm gonna have to consider topping and planting the top somewhere. I did go ahead and let a sucker grow down here. So I got some flowers growing off the side, and one of the suckers here. Check out this fasciated blossom. Isn't that so pretty? It's gonna be a huge tomato. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and take a step inside. Okay, so here is the inside garden. Everything overall is doing really well. Better than I actually expected it to do inside. So I will pop in some pictures for you to check out. But our chamomile is flowering up pretty good. I've been saving stuff off of that. I have had a gnat problem inside. My basil did not go from seed, so this is the starter that I grabbed at the grocery store and plugged into multiple plants. But I've got some green beans popping in over here. We've already taken a couple off. I've got peppers on here. I've been harvesting some peppers. This jigsaw pepper still is stealing my heart. How cute that is, all the variegated leaves. Back here I have some onion starts. I started from seed, and some radishes that are going in the pots in the window. I can't turn this one with one hand, so I can't show you what's going on the back side. But some of the peppers are struggling, so what I'm doing now is I'm realizing that inside the plants are having a harder time when I only water from the top, because I can usually water a couple times from the top outside, but I feel like I can't do that. Check out the peas. I'm inside because I don't want to mess on my floor. It'll catch the water. I need to get this out, clean up the water bins. But let's see if I can turn this around. This one I can turn pretty easily. So we have been harvesting goodies off of here. We rotate it throughout the day, give it a change of scenery. Sometimes one side gets the sun from the window, which is actually really bright now that they've trimmed the bush outside. So that gets really bright. And then the other one, I have the light right up against this. When it's time, I actually need this little jalapeno. I'm making salsa today. So I mean, that plant right here, though, check this out. That's the Nodapino. It is so tall. It's getting there. So I'm having to get in here and shake to pollinate, which is totally fine. I've got a mixture of warm weather and cool weather crops going. Look at these beets are going. And they seem to be doing okay. So I'm going to water each individual pocket when I see that they need water, just because I'm inside. Again, that's not a normal green stalk practice. I'm trying to rotate this for you guys. So that's not a normal green stalk practice. However, I'm making it work for where I am. But look, the habanadas are coming in too. And I don't know if this eggplant's going to do anything, but it sure is. I don't know. I've never grown eggplant before. I'm wondering if that's going to be my first eggplant. Kind of excited about that. So this is the hot peppers, some flowers, beans, that kind of stuff. This one is the mild peppers, and then the eggplant, and I've got the little orange hat tomatoes. Everything was struggling a little bit. I didn't water super great while I was down with the oral surgery. But again, I'm picking up on watering each individual pocket. I tried it out a couple days ago and it seemed to work pretty good. The herb tower, I don't know if you remember, but I got hit with, well, these chives need to be harvested. I got hit with caterpillars. The moths had laid eggs while they were outside, and my plants got devoured with caterpillars. Now, I originally was going to cut everything back, but they decimated my lemon balm. I really was super excited about having lemon balm. And what I noticed is in all the creases where I would trim, I'm getting the new growth. So I went ahead and I left the branches with the damage, all the eaten stuff. And I'm going to try to let whatever I can grow from this. So they got my catnip. Man, catnip stinks. I'm not super fond of this. I know there's uses for humans with it, but golly gee Whittakers, it really, really stinks. My lights are flashing right now, I'm sorry. So my mint down here got devoured really bad. Again, I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm probably going to come in here now that I'm recovering up a little bit and trim a tiny bit, but I'm trying to see what's going to grow. This is my English thyme. I've got rosemary back there. This one again is harder to move. The lid's different, so I got to come in here and I have to vacuum up all the junk from this and clean up the water barrels. But overall, I still have stuff growing. Like, I am pleasantly surprised. This is my hyssop over here. And then these are my agastache or agastache. Both of these. This smells so good. So that's the update. It's going. It's not as hot as the peppers would want. I am going to be fertilizing in each pouch and watering in the pouches. I'll still water down the center because the roots are trained to go to the center. So I'll water down the center, but I'm also going to water the pockets because I want to make sure that it's retaining water and having enough. So the things doing the best right now are chamomile, because it's just wild and wonderful. I've been harvesting it like crazy. And these jigsaw peppers are crazy. But the peppers are pollinating and giving me peppers. They're not as many as I probably would want. But I mean, look at how many flowers are on this habanada. There's a lot. So I'm just trying to get in here and shake. I lost some momentum again while I was down. But overall, I'm working it. I tried starting seeds with just this light, and I don't think that's going to work. Look how leggy they got. So we're going to go a different route with, I'm going to start the seeds in actual things and then put them out here. This was mustard. I mean, I'm trying to get something out of here. So it's mustard. You could tell like the start of kale, but it's super leggy. So I'm gonna have to do some containers in probably the kitchen to start my seeds. Okay, so I turned off the light that was flashing a couple of weeks ago or something, and my gardener had a sale on their site where all their seeds were 50% off, and it was for their YouTube followers, and they had it up for 24 hours and then deleted the video. So I went ahead and I got mustard and radish microgreens, 1 ounce each. There's lots and lots of seeds in there. And one of the perks of this is I can grow these individually, and I have a ton of seeds for cheap. Or I can sow them thickly for microgreens. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set something up in our kitchen. And I'm going to have one of my seed starting lights in there, and have a way to be able to do quick turnaround microgreens is my plan. So we have the greens. As you can tell, I'm struggling with some of the stuff in here. But overall, I'm really happy with how this is going. I still have to rearrange some furniture in the dining room and the living room area. We're in a smaller apartment. I mean, it's not super small, but it's still small. And so we have to, after moving these in, I need my daughter's help to move some of the furniture. She's coming home tomorrow, so we'll be working on that. And then, so you're going to get a bigger view of how everything's set up. But I'm really impressed with how these are working. So, if you look, these two that my peppers and stuff are in have a slot for 30 each. So that's 60 plants between these two towers. I'm really loving how much I can fit in a green stock. Now, I would have planted them different if I knew I was going to be growing them inside. So with that being said, though, there's a lot that you can do in a small space. And then this one, the herb one, holds, I think it's 42. So this one holds 42. So I have 102 spots for plants in these green stalks. Plus I have my 2 little things with my onion starts and my radishes. And then on my kitchen windowsill, I have 2 things with lettuce that aren't doing too great. But there's a lot that you can do wherever you are. So where there is a will, there is a way. So thank you for your patience as I have been dealing with my situation and getting new teeth in, and I will be getting out some fun stuff, but I wanted to make sure I did this follow-up, even though it may not be the greatest video, but I know a few people have been wondering how the inside green stalks are doing. So they're doing good, they're producing. I'll pop in some pictures of some of the stuff we've harvested. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of the new stuff. Turn on that notification bell. We've got some DIY projects coming. I'll be doing some stuff in the kitchen. I'm excited. I'll be able to eat it now. So just hang out with us. I look forward to what's to come. Make sure you drop any questions below, and I'll make sure to answer them, and we will talk to you guys soon.